Hey, it's the Sketch Monkey here and welcome back to the channel. Today is all about American muscle and specifically the 1969 Pontiac GTO, which we have right here. I mean, the older I get, the more beautiful these cars get. What I'm gonna do with this car is modernize it, and by modernizing it, I'm not talking about a completely new model as if Pontiac, if they still existed, would release a new GTO today. Modernizing it means, think of it as a resto mod. So modernizing means having all the current comfortabilities or make it comfortable as a modern car. And also there are a lot of new regulations in place today that we can at least keep in mind when we're redesigning these cars. So for example, a few of these would be to bring this front down so that we actually have some sort of bumper in the front. A lot of these 60s and 70s cars, as you know, especially muscle cars, they kind of slope down like this. So they have a huge grille up here, and then they slope down with almost going back all the way to the front wheels. So what I want to do here is to extend this front down to create more of a modern look for it. And also these wheels here, if you look at these wheels, they sit kind of inside of the body, so the body stops here. If we put a straight line down there, we have this distance from where the wheels are actually sitting and the body of the car. So what I want to do here is to bring this wheel out and put some sweet looking American racing rims. I love those rims, especially for this type of cars. You can't go wrong with American racing wheels on these cars. Another thing that I noticed I wanted to change is this indent here. You see that the windshield is sitting inside of you have this, let me zoom in for you. You have this distance here. So what I'm gonna do is just bring this side window out to be almost flush with the side of the car. And after that, it's just gonna be a matter of styling and a matter of removing all these details that I don't want on this car, such as the antenna. I'm gonna remove the chrome right there. I might change this chrome into some satin black stuff. We're gonna see what's going to happen along the way. And that's about it. So let's jump into the actual redesign video of this 1969 Pontiac GTO. Alright, here we are inside of Photoshop, and let's get started with this GTO. As usual, I'm going to start by blocking out the main features of this design that I have in my head to see if it's going to work or not. That's the most important thing. Before going into any type of detail, I always want to block out the main shapes to see that the proportions are actually going to work and that it doesn't look too weird and that it fits into the general design of the car. And as I said, this is going to be a modernization of an old car. And by that, it doesn't mean that it's supposed to be a modern everything, like all the technology and all the lights, the details and stuff like that. Some of them, I want to have them as original as possible, and I want to have that time era visible in the design. But at the same time, I want to modernize it by making it, as I mentioned in the intro, making it lower to the ground and change the wheels and change the overall appearance of this car to make it look like it belongs in today's era. Now, another thing I wanted to touch on today is this channel and talk about this channel. The last month or so, this channel has grown substantially, and I'm super grateful for that. And I wanted to say thank you to everyone who subscribed and watched the channel and commented and liked and disliked. All of that matters a lot. All the engagement is super cool, and I appreciate all of you. I've got some questions if I'm going to go back to analog sketching, and analog sketching means pen and paper and markers. And yes, I will go back to that eventually. But all YouTube channels have phases, so you go through phases, and I've been doing analog sketching since I think I started the channel back in 2007. So I would say 95% of all my videos up until just recently have been on analog sketching. So I made a bunch of tutorials on how to sketch products, like how to sketch like an industrial designer, cars and so on. And I thought that it's time to start doing something new. because honestly I was starting to run out of ideas of what to sketch. I mean, you can sketch products, but it just didn't, I didn't feel like it was giving the audience as much as I wanted to give them. It's cool to see someone sketch something, but I think it's even cooler if you can teach people how to do the same at the process. So that's the plan of the channel, is to kind of do what I did with the analog sketching videos. That means sketch and then teach at the same time. But now I'm going to focus on doing that in Photoshop. One cool thing would be to start with analog sketching in these kind of videos. So I start by just sketching the car that I want to redesign, and then just jump into Photoshop and finish it off here. Anyway, so that's the goal of the channel moving forward, is to do a bunch more of these redesign videos. Honestly, I'm having so much fun doing each and every one of these. It's like I can't wait to come home and just start the next video. I have so many cars listed that I want to redesign, and I hope you're going to enjoy watching them. So yeah, that's a short update on the channel. And I can also talk a little bit about my background, because I mean, there are almost 30,000 new subscribers or something like that just the past month. So I'm from Sweden. I grew up in Stockholm, and I early on decided that I wanted to do something creative. I had to work with something that had to do with sketching, and specifically cars. I just love cars in general. It doesn't matter what type of car. By the way, I love these wheels. They suit this car perfectly. And if this was my car, these are these exact wheels that I would put on them. And also, as I said in the intro, I wanted to bring them out a little bit, and I think you can see that I did that here. So anyway, back to the story. I love driving. I remember I worked at the airport in Stockholm, Arlanda, and I worked a summer job, and I even enjoyed driving the I don't know what they're called in English, but the small trucks, electric trucks that you put all the luggage behind. I even enjoyed driving those. So that's how much I enjoy driving. It doesn't matter what car it is. I just love cars, and I knew I wanted to do something with cars. So what I did early on, I decided I wanted to be an industrial designer. I didn't even know that was an option early on. So I sketched every day. I mean, when I was in high school, I passed. I did some weird, I don't know why I chose math and computer science as my, subjects, but I did, and I passed. But at the same time, I was sketching cars in my notebooks all the time instead of doing what I was supposed to be doing, math stuff, boring stuff. After that, I applied to an industrial program in Sweden, in Sundsvall, called Mid Sweden University. I got in there and I studied there for 3 years to get my bachelor's degree in industrial design. And after that, I was kind of hooked on this is what I wanted to do. I'm gonna get to this point later, but I didn't really know that there is a possibility to do this on your own as an independent artist. My goal was always to get a job as an industrial designer, which I got later on after I studied a master's in car design in Italy. And after that, I was kind of fed up with all the studying and stuff like that. I just wanted to get out and sketch and do cool stuff. And the idea was to live next to a beach and work as a designer. So I applied. I flew back home to Sweden, applied to a bunch of random countries that I knew were warmer than Sweden, because Sweden is not a specifically warm country, and we have winter time like 8 months of the year. So I just wanted to get out in the world and see the world and sketch stuff next to the beach, preferably. So I applied to jobs in Italy, south of France, Australia, US of course, and just sent out a bunch of emails that took me about a month to do. Tried to get every email to be specifically tailored to the company that I was applying for. So I had to do all the research about the company, what are they working on, and so on, to really get specific on how I could help the company. And one company here in Florida replied and said, "Hey, we need someone like you. Can you start?" They were basically asking if I could start next week. I was like, no, because it's gonna take a long time to get all the paperwork and stuff. going. But I got it figured out. It was a stressful time just moving to the US from Sweden without really knowing anything about anything. I just booked a one-way ticket and then flew over here. And then pretty much the rest is history. I worked as a designer for, I can't remember how many years, maybe 8 or 9 years or something like that, before I realized that I just can't do 9 to 5. You know, having a meeting for every single tiny issue that could have been an email or just a quick phone call, having client phone calls about a specific color of a detail of the product that they can't decide on for months. It just felt like I was wasting a lot of time, and I'm the kind of person that can't sit still, and I have to always be doing something. So if I feel like wasting my time, I know something has to change. Stuff like that, just I knew it wasn't for me. I just wanted to sketch cool things and have fun and try to help people to learn how to sketch if that's what they wanted to do. So I fast forward, and here we are today, and here we are right now sketching this 69 GTO and having a lot of fun. So that's a short, quick background on my story for all the new subscribers. If you have any questions that I can help you with, just let me know in the comments below. All that's left to do here now is to add some overlay layers and get that shine going on this car, and just finish up some minor details. And here we have the before and after of this GTO. As always, this was a lot of fun doing this GTO. I would definitely enjoy driving this car. I hope you enjoyed this video just as much as I enjoyed making it. And I will see you in the next video. Have a fantastic day. I'm the Sketch Monkey, and take it easy.